In this part of 7.4, we're going to be solving polynomial equations by using U-Substitution. So this problem here, we have x to the fourth minus 10x squared plus 24, and I want to solve this one. There's no GCF here. I can't take an x out or a 2 or any kind of numbers or anything like that out. So I have to go another route. Now this looks kind of like having like x squared minus 10x plus 24, and we know how to factor those, so let's make it look like that. And we're going to do that using U-substitution. If I say that x squared equals u, well then I can replace this right here with a u, correct? So I'm going to have negative 10 u plus 24, that equals 0. But what about this one right here? Let's think about x to the fourth for a second. If we have x to the fourth, that's the same as writing x to the second raised to the second, because our exponent rules say that we would multiply these two. 2 times 2 gives us 4. So I'd have x to the fourth. So as we said before, let's make that x squared a u. So this becomes u parentheses squared. So basically I have u squared. So this x to the fourth can become u squared. Now this right here looks like a quadratic equation, and I know how to factor these. We would use the same method we've done before, that AM method, the x method. I'm going to multiply to 24, add to negative 10. So I'm going to have negative 6 and negative 4 as my factors. So I have u minus 6 times u minus 4 equals 0. Now, I can plug my x squareds back in for u. So x squared minus 6 and x squared minus 4 equals 0. Well, my x squared minus 6, I can't factor that anymore, but I like to check anytime I see an x squared. However, this one here, x squared minus 4, well, that's a difference of squares. So I can, let's rewrite this as x squared minus 6. Can't do anything with that. But this one, I have x minus 2 times x plus 2. That's the difference of squares. We've seen that plenty of times in class. We should not be afraid of difference of squares. So this is fully factored. Now there's a little bit more that I have to do. It's asking me to solve the equation. Okay? So if I want to solve this equation, I need to set each factor equal to 0. Now, since it's x to the fourth, it's quartic, I'm going to have 4 solutions. So let's set each one of these factors equal to 0. X squared minus 6 equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. And x plus 2 equals 0. So when I solve these two are easy. X equals 2 and x equals negative 2. So there's 2 of my solutions. Now my other one, I have x squared minus 6 equals 0. So I'm going to have x squared equals 6, and now I need to square root both sides to get x by itself. I get x equals the square root of 6. But don't forget, when we square root both sides, I need to plug in that plus or minus. So I have positive square root 6 or negative square root 6. So here's my other 2 solutions. So I have 4 total solutions. One of them is positive square root 6. The other is negative square root 6. Positive 2 and negative 2.